Look at your processes. Make sure that if you're down 2, 3, 4 staff members, can you still function? All right, my friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast, a little trip down private practice lane. Let me tell you something I learned from my experience. How many staff members can you have out and still be functional? We have a little bit of office talk, fun stuff, talking about virtual assistants, some staff meetings, closing thought of the episode. This is the Ultimate OD Podcast. Here we go. All right, friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. Thank you for all the emails, support. We have a bunch of new listeners, so if you're new to the podcast or the YouTube channel, please give us a 5-star review, rate us. The more feedback we get, the more content we can create. It's been amazing. We are going to keep coming at you. I have new stuff coming out every week. This is my passion. I love talking optometry. And please, plan accordingly. I'll be at I'll be at the AOA meeting next year. Maybe Vision Expo East. Definitely Vision Expo East or Vision Expo West. Sometimes I do like to go to the Academy meeting. It really just depends on when that falls. But one of the Vision Expos, AOA, hit me up, say hi. I love to hear from you. I love to talk in person. Just good times. So just got back from Vision Expo West. I'll talk about that in a couple episodes down the road. Today I want to focus on private practice. I love private practice. The combination of science, business, it's everything that I enjoy all rolled into one. Throw in a little bit of sprinkle of leadership. Life is good. I also like I don't want to say toying with the office, but just having a plan, putting it to action, making it work and come to fruition. It's really very fun to do. All right. Now, I will tell you this, that I love it, but it's not for the faint of heart. Past episode, I talked to you about if you don't like to train, why would you run the race, right? Same thing with private practice. If you don't like the things that come with it, like managing staff, picking inventory, you're going to spend hours at some point in your career looking at logos, looking at business cards. It's important, yes. But does that drive me? No. But it's still something you have to do. Because if you don't care, you're going to get a product that you don't like. And you have to at least know where you stand. Now, when it comes to providing patient care, being a good doctor, you're going to make some patients happy. You're going to make a lot of patients happy. You'll have people come in and you'll be the best doctor they've ever seen. No other doctor's ever been this good. It's going to make you feel great. And then a year or two later, just don't get that same feel, or they don't come back because, you don't take their insurance. All right? Don't take it personally. That's the nature of the business that we're in. But don't put your satisfaction, don't put your self-worth on the patients. And you know what? Some patients, they're not going to like you. Period. Full stop. They're not going to like your office. It might not be you. It might not be your staff. It might be their circumstances and you or what they let it out on. Just nature of the beast. All right? Now your staff. When you think about the practice you're going to create, you have the perfect office. You're doing the right things. You're driven. You know what you're doing. You're making the patient's lives better. Your staff is all helping you do that. That's not reality. Not at all. Right? Some of the staff are going to try their best. Some won't be good enough. Some won't try at all. Some won't be a good fit. Some will be awesome. Enjoy and appreciate every single one of them. Not like your children. Your children you have to love. Please, love your children. But your staff you have to embrace. They are helping you make your dream come true. Now, it may be for a day, maybe for a season, but they are honestly helping your dream come to fruition. And at some point, that just doesn't pan out anymore, and they have to pursue their desires, right? Your goal as a leader is to provide the best possible work environment and make it efficient, effective, awesome. All right. Now, why do I bring this up? I'm always trying to prepare. I like to be a little overstaffed to make things work, right? To make sure if someone's out, we can do this. So let me describe to you, this is my life in private practice. We knew in September people were going to be gone. One of my staff members, put it out there. I have to go, some medical tests, going to be gone for a week. Well, a week before she was leaving, she came in and said, hey, that 1 week thing I was going to be gone, it's actually going to be 2. All right. I mean, I'm not going to tell you can't get your medical stuff done. All right. So not much I can do there. But because of how she planned, one of my other staff members planned a vacation a week after her. Now I have 2 people out. All right. That's great. I hire an employee, and we hire at the beginning of September. Middle of September is when these vacations are happening. I'm like, well, at least we'll have this person up to speed. They work the first week. Second week, they're gone the whole week. People will tell you who they are, believe them. Needless to say, she didn't make it past that second week. She was in there, we were short-staffed, 2 people down, couldn't train her, just kind of sat there. This is not working, didn't put a lot of effort in. Okay, so now I'm down, I'll call it 3, even though that person wasn't even really a person, gone. All right? Fine. Starting that second week, when I have 2 people out, one of my other staff members' father-in-law dies. All right, I'm not going to tell you can't do that, but they're out Monday. We work 9 to 7 on Mondays, like 25 comprehensives and follow-ups all throughout there. It's our busiest day. I'm down 3, we'll call it 4, even though, remember, Pinky here wasn't even really a person, but she was a warm body that could run interference for us. 4 people gone. Awesome. But then I remembered one of my other staff members, love her, bless her heart, she has kids as she goes to school. We've made a deal. She doesn't come in until 9:30. Leaves at 11:30, comes back at 1:30. Remember, I'm now out 4 of my 7. 5. So I have 2 people to run this day. Thankfully, she was able to get time off work. Or just she goes, I'm going to help the office out. I'm not even going to send my kid to school. I'll be here on Monday. Thank you. Bless your heart. So I love you. You're going to get one of these staff members that will just do everything and just, you love those people, right? The people that are there, you love them. The people that are gone, you love them too. This is the perfect storm. But, and this is why the purpose of the episode that I'll explain to you is, you guys are going to have this, right? I was talking to one of my friends here, and whether it's kids in school, hurricanes, new insurances, just life happening, you're constantly torn, pulled away, and you wonder, how is this going to work? But within that chaos, you know what happened to my office? We still ran efficiently. We saw all the patients we needed. The systems overcame the lack of staff. We have a very good office, right? But a weird thing that I noticed was, with us down 3 people, we were much more efficient. Now think about that. Less people, you're more efficient. You must have some inefficiencies in your office. And absolutely we do, right? It brought it to my attention. I am thinking growth phase. I need to add staff, do this. And what I wasn't doing was giving my staff direction. Jeff Bezos and I think Peter Thiel said whenever they start a startup, one person has one responsibility, and that's how they're going to be judged, right? If you have too many people trying to do too many things, nothing gets done. There's no communication. It just is chaos. And that's what my office was. Everyone knew how to do a workup. No one would do it because everyone else could do it, right? When we only had 2 people that could do workups, you know what they did? Workups. 2 people that could do optical, they did optical. We were a lean and efficient machine, and opened my eyes. It told me that I needed to get more specific in their roles. I also needed to be more efficient in how I run my office. So, going forward, what am I doing? Well, I met with my management team, and I said, here's our org chart, top down. And again, you can take your own variation of this, but we have visionary CEO, we have our integrator. All right, this is from EOS Concepts, so you can take it and make it your own. But every system has essentially these things. CEO, integrator. I'm wearing both those hats. We have my marketing and sales. We have our operations. In my office, that's admin, optical, and then we have our clinical team, right? We have our IT, we have our finance department. Those are the major heads that we have. Now, IT and finance, all right, off on its own. But operations is the main thing, right? So I said, with my managers, I have two of them. One's clinical, or one's optical, the other admin. All right? Clear delineation, but I outlined their tasks. What are their responsibilities? How are they going to be evaluated? And then we're looking at what we have for staff. And our staff goes into a couple of different buckets. We have our admin staff, we have our optical staff, and we have our technicians. And then we have our virtual assistant. I'll talk about that later. But those are our 4 buckets: virtual assistants, technicians, optician, admin. Every one of the support staff can do 2 roles, whether it's admin and technician, optical and technician. Pick your poison, but they do 2 things. But you have 1 primary role. We're assigning this, and things are already starting to turn around. We are much more efficient. Now, because I have this, we're more efficient. We're a little heavy on staff, but I'm fine with that because I know I'm going to a bigger office. I know I'm adding another doctor. We'll be good. We're preparing for the future. But what I will tell you is private practice is not for the faint of heart, and it's really easy to think the easiest way to get better, to make it easier on yourself, is adding more staff, adding more people. I've done this time and time again. It's not the answer always, if rarely. You just need to be more efficient and get rid of the wasted effort, right? There's a lot of ways to do this, and again, that'll be part of future episodes. But the thing I'm telling you right now is look at your processes. Make sure that if you're down 2, 3, 4 staff members, can you still function? What's your worst case scenario plan? How do you operate? Right? You need to know this. It's going to happen. Just plan for it. And then 2, when you look at that, how can you just take 1 step, 2 steps away from that worst case scenario and run a lean and efficient office? That'll be better for your bottom line, be better for your staff, better for your patients. They need to know what their roles are. If they can do everything, they'll do nothing. So that's what I have for you. We'll have more for you next week. All right, friends, a little bit of office talk. And today, I'm going to touch on my virtual assistant. So we made the hire. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. She is capable. She is competent. She's great with customer service. We've had her work with other vendors and stuff at this point. We haven't had her work with patients yet, but no doubt in my mind she'll be able to do that very efficiently. Very, very, very high ceiling. All right. Hello Rash is what I'm using, or Rache, R-A-C-H-E. If you do, want to give them a call, tell them Dr. Lily, Nick Lilly sent you, please. I get a kickback. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I get 8 free hours of time. I'll take it. But send them your way. I really don't have a partnership with them. I just know that's something that happens. Now, that being said, what are we having her do? A lot of the back-end stuff. So she can verify insurances. She can do our scans. So we scan everything in, and then we put it to the patient chart. We get the scans in, and they upload them. Now, she has access to our EHR. She has access to our EPM. They're cloud-based. Awesome. One of the hiccups we ran into with our online scheduler, Solution Reach is what we use. And she has a Mac. Solution Reach, the Notify program, does not integrate with Mac. However, there's a thing called Parallels that you can get for Mac, and it allows them to open up and run the Windows-based features on her Mac. So she knew that. She told us we got it. It's like $99 for a year. Very inexpensive. Worth it, and she's doing that. In terms of calls, I don't do Weave, but Weave is an option. Skype is how we interact with her. When we train, we Skype in, and she can see our screen. We train her how to do everything. She showed us what she's doing, and we can critique, or we can educate her through that. So that's awesome. Ring Central is what we use. So she can make calls out. She can get calls in. We can port in a number, so the number that actually goes out will be a number that we want. Right now, it is a 616 number. That's our area code in West Michigan. So she's calling from the office. It's seamless. It's working well. It's going amazingly. We are going to have her start doing a lot of our patient phone calls for pickup orders, asking them how answering questions on how things are going with, their glasses. We eventually will have them answering phones. So at some point, my big picture plan is our call center will go straight to them. And then what you can do is if they don't answer within 3 rings, it will forward it to our office. So right there in my office, when we're looking at how we set things up, we are so much more efficient because my staff, I'm not getting rid of anyone. They just can be looking at the patient and taking care of them in the office, right? I have to get them on board to realize that we're not eliminating jobs. We're making them more accessible, more available to take care of the people in the office, and that's what people want. That's what sets us apart from the online opticals and everything else out there. So I'm pumped. They're embracing it. My managers at first were incredibly skeptical. After week 1, I asked how it was going, and they said unprovoked, unprompted, that, yeah, she'll be able to answer patient calls and do this. I'm like, oh, it's going really well, huh? Oh, yeah, she's awesome. Amazing. It's honestly one of those things that you hear about, you think about, go all in. You can't go halfway. And just a quote I heard is, it's really hard to be successful when it's your part-time job, right? If you just do it halfway, it's a side hustle, you're never going to really sell out and make it happen. Go all in. These are the tasks that we are going to have them do. You'll find a way, come heck or high water, make it happen, right? We've done that. She's doing great. And then we're easing her in. When I talk to Dr. Adam Ramsey, he talks a lot about virtual assistants. I may be exaggerating, but in podcasts I heard him talk about this. He took maybe 1-2 months to train the virtual assistant exactly how he wanted and then let him run free. We are going at a very slow pace, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine to pay her to have her learn the right way because in my plan, she will be the lead of the virtual assistants. She'll know us. She'll know the office. She'll be able to get the other virtual assistants on board and get them to go pulling in our direction. So we're investing the time. It's working well. I'm just ecstatic at how well it's going. So I really do encourage you to reach out, look at the things you can do to be more efficient. All right. Also, we had our office meeting. Remember a few podcasts ago, we talked about the patient journey. And I said, if you had one patient that could come into your office, and then after that patient experience, you'll never be able to market again. You'll never be able to talk about your office. What would you do? What would you create? And we went the 4 steps. We started with the checkout first. So checkout, check-in, exam, workup, and then optical in like contact lenses. And we walked step by step. What are the things you could do? I had to pull it out of my staff to be blue sky. Anything like sweatshirts, hoodies that we're giving out, you name it. And they're like, well, would that be practical? Don't worry about practical, I said. Think big and we'll figure out what we can do from that, right? And it was really cool to see them starting to buy in, starting to understand, starting to see the time, effort, and energy we put into every decision we make for the office, right? Sometimes they need to know how the sausage is made. So when you give them a new agenda, a new objective, a new protocol or procedure, they don't question like, where's this coming from? They see the effort and energy you put into this. Has to be done sometimes. So walk them through that. And again, once you get that, now you have your roadmap for what you're going to do, and they've agreed to it. They've created it with you, and it's going to be much easier to implement. All right? We also had the discussion about adjustments. And one of my buddies out there, Davis, shout out to you, we're adopting the adjustment thing. So if you don't get a frame from us, it's $10 for an adjustment fee. We will not adjust online frames. And then screws and nose pads we've always charged for. But we're going to charge to adjust frames. Not our patients. We still will never do that for the lifetime of that patient of the frame that he got from us. So just we'll let you know how that goes. But we did have that conversation. And, it was great to see them. I put out there, should we charge for that? I did the pros, I did the cons. I was devil's advocate. I was on both sides. I didn't want them to know. And surprisingly, they got to the point where they decided to charge for it. Unanimously. Cool, right? We'll see how much it affects us, what we do. But that's the decision we made, and we're going to go for it. I've always said to you, to me, charge what you're worth. We have skills, we have abilities, we have equipment that they don't have. There's a fee for that. If you don't get glasses from us, there is a benefit to purchasing your frames from us. We just are adding to that. So that's a little bit of office talk. We'll have more for you next week. Where has the time gone? We are to the closing thought of the episode. This is what I'm going to leave you with today. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Think about that and think of a situation in your life where you were chasing something and you did it by yourself. I can think of a million things that I did on my own, and from football, optometry school. When I tried to start the office, I tried to be really independent. I tried to do it myself, and honestly, I wasn't as good as I could be. Since I've gotten more into my practice, we're 10, 12 years in now, and 12 years in on the 11th of October, that's coming up fast. That's just a mind blowing for me right there. Maybe when this comes out a little after this, I'm 12 years in. That being said, when I started reaching out to other doctors, when I started reaching out to other vendors, other resources within this optometry industry, you know what's happened? I've grown exponentially. I'm up so much because I reached out to other people for help. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Find a great team. Do not be so proud or naive or arrogant or insecure, all of the above describing me, to think you can do it yourself. Don't reinvent the wheel. Reach out to other people. That's the purpose of the Ultimate OD, of the community that we're creating. That's what I have for you. Dr. Lilly out.